Welcome to Old Sun Entertainment. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for future content. Welcome, survivors, to another episode of DayZ. This is Odin Sun, and I am in a community server by the name of the Nightwalkers, PvE/PvP, low zombies, trader bot. It has all kinds of cool features. Anyhow, as soon as I spawned into this server, I was met by a couple of friends that were online at the time. We decided to band together and build a little base, and as I was making my way around finding gear and whatnot, I came across a fresh spawn location that had all the guns and gear that I could use to survive at the time, and what it also had was a bunker key. So I contacted the Discord, and they told me that the bunker was located at Belota Airfield. So that's exactly where I'm heading now. So let's do a little travel montage and make our way on over to Belota. This travel montage is brought to you by Odin Sun Entertainment. Please drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification for future content. So as soon as I touched down at Belota Airfield, I noticed right away that there's some buildings that don't belong. After playing thousands of hours on PS4 DayZ, you get a feel for these things. So as soon as I touch down, the first thing I do is start to explore these buildings, and it is a very common occurrence where people will use DayZ editor and they'll inject a JSON file and a map group pause file to drop in these structures, but the structures don't produce any natural loot. Now, if you want to learn how to produce natural loot in a DayZ server, I'm gonna link a video at the top right of the thing here, and you can check that out and learn how to inject loot into your structures that you produce on a DayZ server. It's actually not very complex. It's very easy to do. Anybody could do it, just like the DayZ editor thing. I mean, it's not as easy as playing Minecraft with some buildings and slapping down a XML file and a JSON. But I think if you have the gist of DayZ coding down, you should be pretty well off. So anyway, we get the searching around the front of Belota for this bunker, and I do gotta say, man, they definitely put a great deal of effort and work into this project, and it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I mean, I love the idea of using a castle to create the bunker, and because there's a lot that goes into these bunkers, man. The one that's located on Livonia is huge underneath the map. If you ever go into DayZ editor and actually look at the bunker that's in the Livonia map, you'll see that it's ginormous, man. It's pretty big. So anyway, I figured I'd find a nice little secluded place to park my car, because I intend on fully exploring this massive bunker and being in here for a while. Alright, so now that we snatched our spark plug, we head on into the bunker. Now, I actually had some technical difficulties coming into the bunker. I actually tried to drive up to the entrance, which was clearly blocked off by barbed wire and blocks and whatnot, but me being the hard-headed person I am, I tried going in anyway. And look here, there's a zombie waiting for you in the entrance. Now, being a PvE environment, I like to put zombies inside the bunker. Now, the tricky thing about zombies is they're pretty much like anything in the game, but the only thing is if you try to launch in zombies from the DayZ editor, you end up with these docile creatures that just kind of hang out and don't necessarily try to fight back. So I do like the idea that these zombies are spawning in, and I think they're spawning in because of the area. So they're like the natural zombie spawns, and they're just colliding with the structure, which is kind of cool at the end of the day. But like everything else, you gotta, mess around with, coordinates and height values in order to spawn zombies into locations. And the gas works the same way. So what I noticed here, as soon as I came in, is there's a couple more gates that you gotta access with switches to join in. And what I didn't pay attention to, unfortunately, is that this particular gate does not have an exit switch. So I go about my business and loot up, and without a care in the world, and just assume that, I have an exit strategy. So after packing out my person and bags with more stuff than I actually need, I end up heading back to the exit, to my horrification finding out that there is no exit switch. So at this point I decide the only way we could possibly get out of here is by going up. So I head up, and they actually built this thing pretty well, because what it does is it gives solo players the ability to exit if they get a little explorative. And that's precisely what I did. So I started looking around for the possible exit strategy, and I kind of just looked over the obvious, and I tend to do that quite often. That was the actual exit right there. You just hop down that very shallow drop. But instead, I decided to roll off this platform. And unfortunately for me, it was the worst possible thing I could do for this particular playthrough. So once I regained consciousness, I found out that I had a broken leg, my health was extremely low, and I had emptied out all of my necessary medical supplies to heal myself into the trunk of my car before coming in. So I actually thought to myself that I had come too far to mess around and lose all this. So I sat here for a literal hour waiting to heal up. And after my broken leg was nice and healed, I commenced the process of exiting this godforsaken place. All in all, this entire chaotic experience, I made it up out of here relatively unscathed. I actually exited back out to my vehicle, unloaded, and came back in for the stuff I really was here for, which was NBC gear. I'm going to end up exploring the gas zones to see if they added anything chaotic or crazy into those areas. And as always, if you like this content, you want to see more of it, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and as always, I will see you next time. Oh yeah, check out this server. It's pretty cool, man. I would definitely look into this server if I was you. And later.